So, League 2. How hard can it be? Hi there, how you doing? Welcome to my Football Manager 2024 save here with the My Career series. Thank you for joining me in today's video, which is part number 16 of our time here with Spennymoor Town, the first club, maybe the only club of the save, where we are about to start life in the Football League for the first time in this club's history. Remember, we started in National League North. It was National League North, wasn't it? North or South, either way, that level. You know what I'm on about. Then we went to the National League, and then we got our back-to-back promotions and got ourselves into the Football League, where we start today against Hartlepool. A Hartlepool side who, if we have a look at recent years, have been between National League and League 2 for quite some time. The last time they were in League 1 was over 10 years ago, so I would like to think that we can compete against them. This should be a game that we target and look at and think to ourselves, you know what? We can do this. We can get something against them. Fingers crossed we can. Now, if we have a look at the league and just have a double check of the season preview, Hartlepool are actually predicted to finish below us in 18th. We're predicted to finish in 13th. We've got odds of 20-1 for the league, which are not bad, actually. We're the highest rated promotion side. Of course, there's only two in League 2 who got promoted from the National League. The other one is Gateshead, who are predicted to go straight back down. We don't have anyone in the Dream 11, but we do have players who are in the key players list here. I have already had a look at this. We have got two. Max Robson, who's a new signing, who's a potential attacking midfielder, could play on the wing if needed as well. And then the guy who's going to be playing in his place, at least to begin with, Alex Ferguson, who of course was a superstar for us last season, hopefully is going to be again. But we went over all the transfers in the last video. Obviously, the last video ended. This one has begun. Admittedly, there's been like a week or two between the videos being recorded, but I've done nothing else. So there's nothing really to update you on. If you haven't seen all of the transfers, go back to the last video, the transfer special, give a watch of that, and you'll get up to date with all of that. But this is the 11 that we're going to be going with. Tactic-wise, we might tweak it as we go, but at the moment, we're going to stick with it as it is. So, we are looking at McNicholas in goal, Banks, Ward, Yefeko and Sweeney in defence, Abdullah and Ravenhill in the middle with Doherty, Ferguson and Joe Mendes supporting Benjamin up front. We have got new signings, Cotterill, Robson, Ismail, Monroe all on the bench. We've also got Langley on the bench as well, as we can now have 7 substitutes, which is great. Still in the past a little bit, can't have the full 9 that you get in the Premier League, but we can have 7 at the very least. We've got some of the players who are kind of carryovers from last season still here as well. Rinamotta, I don't know what to do with him because he's dropped down dramatically since arriving, despite his natural fitness being high. We might look to try and get rid of him as quickly as possible, even if it's just on a loan, because it's not gone well, that one. It's not gone well at all. And we've obviously got a few players who are unregistered as well. So, let's just go into it, shall we? It is at home. That does give us a bit of an advantage, but I don't know what to make of this one. Now, these transfers have just come in, so we're going to give these guys some shirt numbers and get them up to speed. Do you know what? We'll give you that one, and we'll give Max Robson the number 23. Let's do that. Right. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what to expect at all. By the way, I have had a pretty nasty cold, bout of flu, whatever you want to call it, so my voice is still a little bit up and down. I might be a little bit coughy during this video if there is any random edits. I'm going to apologise for that now. Or it might just be me muting the microphone if it's in the middle of flow. Yeah, I'm going to apologise for that because I can feel my voice is already trying to go a little bit. But we're going to make it through. We're going to make it through. So, we are going to be playing Hartlepool in this first game. We're then going to be moving to the EFL Cup afterwards. I can't remember who that game is against, but we will be going to that one afterwards and seeing if we can get a good start in that competition as well. Here we are, life in the Football League. The EFL logo is at the top corner. Very nice to see. Let's see whether we can get something going. There we go, almost straight away, a cough. On we go though. Now they're playing the 4-3-3. We're playing our trusty 4-2-3-1 that really became the go-to tactic for us last season. Obviously, we know we can get goals against teams that are a higher level than us. Look at Lincoln, look at Chelsea. So we know that we can do it. It's just a matter of whether we can do it consistently. I mean, scoring in the 7th minute against Hartlepool, that'll do for me. I'm quite happy with that. Also, there's a complete stand missing from our stadium. I've just noticed that. There's a complete stand missing. I know we're having some work done. Did we just have that entire part of the ground knocked down? Because that... I mean, that's meant to be done this season. Whatever work's being done there. That's not work that's being done. That's rebuilding. You're not upgrading that. You're just rebuilding part of the stadium there. Easy access to the road, if nothing else. Right, well, we're 1-0 up. That's the main thing that matters, I guess. But that's very bizarre. I didn't expect to see an entire stand missing. I'm assuming the one at the other end is going to be fully filled in. I'd rather not see that end of the stadium until the second half, but we'll make do with what we get. Anyway, point being, it's a good start. We've got Banks and Doherty working really well. Doherty's really more of a left-sided player, but he is playing on the right-hand side just because Mendes did play most of his football on the left last season, on the right rather last season. No, on the left. No, I'm talking utter nonsense. Did play most of his football on the left and was very, very effective. However, A, he's had a good game so far, and B, he has picked up a slight injury, so we are going to have to consider that half an hour in. Right, Sweeney, one of those new players who's come in this season. He played a bit hard to get when we were in contract negotiations for his free transfer, but he was worth every penny of the wages so far, as is, by the way, Amari Benjamin. He was too good for the level we were at last season. He was too good for National League. And I was very surprised when we got him. But now I'm glad we did, because not only is he obviously... did he help us get promoted, but also he's helping us have a good, strong start here. 2 goals from him. The fullback's doing great work. Banks and Sweeney doing the Lord's work, which is always good to see. I am going to make that change with Mendes because I don't want him to get injured for long term. I just don't think that's a good thing. We'll bring on Carlos Richards. We know what Carlos Richards can do. We're very familiar with his work. Just a question of whether he can do it at this level. But we'll bring him on for the remainder of the first half, and then we'll worry about the second half as we get to it. That substitution, by the way, has not happened. Has it? Mendes. I took Doherty off. This is what happens when you do things when you're ill. I've taken the one player off. That's a real balls up, that is. Okay, right, it's fine, it's okay. Well, we've got 5 substitutions, so I don't know what to do, because we've only got 3 stoppages. I don't really want to use another stoppage. We'll have to get him through till half time. I can't believe I've just balls that up. It's first day of the season and we're already ballsing up. This is great. Really good start. Imagine what happens when FM25 comes out. Right, Ravenhill now. Going forward, looking for options. I mean, he has got the injured Mendes ahead of him, who should not even be on the pitch at the moment, although got himself into a good position here. Sweeney looking to whip it in again to Benjamin. We're going to get a Benjamin hat-trick in the first half. Do you know what? We bloody well are. It's an Amari Benjamin hat-trick in the first half. I tell you what, I might make the odd mistake, but I know how to pick a football team, and Amari Benjamin has started life in the Football League off very well for us. And Sweeney, I tell you what, he is a bit of a magician on that side, isn't he? He really is. Lovely header. It's another header from him, actually, and it is 3-0. I'm feeling more and more bad about Doherty, because I feel like Doherty had a really good start to the game as well, and then we just unceremoniously hooked him. So I do feel quite bad about that, but we'll say that. Delighted with how it's going. Right, now we'll make the change. Right, we're going to bring on Max Robson, who is not a winger in any stretch of the imagination, but, well, he's going to have to be, whether he likes it or not. I mean, we'll move him. In fact, it's even worse there. I don't know. I don't know what to... I really ballsed up on this one. I'm fully willing to admit it. Right, we'll turn him into an inverted winger and we'll just hope for the best with that one. Because there's literally nothing else I can do. I can't believe I've done that. That is quite funny. It's a very me thing to do. But yeah, let's... Oops. Right, second half. Hartlepool have finally had a shot from the looks of things. I don't know when they had that, but they have had one. But we want to make sure that they don't get too many more of them. We want to have more of our own. Right, the other stand is intact. This is good news. We do still have 3 fully operational football. I say 3. Can I zoom out and see? Yeah, we've still got a stand here as well. I just wanted to check the stand below here, just to make sure that we've got 3 operational stands. We've got an ambulance up there as well, alongside a burger van. I don't necessarily know if a burger van needs an ambulance next to it. I feel that's a little bit judgmental of those buying said burgers, but you know, I suppose better safe than sorry. Free kick here, Johnson fouling Alex Ferguson there, but we don't see the fruits of the labour of that free kick. But we do get a throw in. Banks now, throwing it to Richards. Richards, who on the pitch for the wrong player. Into Ferguson, into Richards. Richards now looking to make it 4. Does not make it 4, but it's another good opportunity. We are showing that we deserve... Well, I don't want to go too overboard. That we deserve to be at this level, maybe, but also we're showing that we're better than a team that is predicted to finish lower than us and is possibly relegation threatened as well. When you say it like that, it's not that impressive. Right, we've got 3 more substitutions that we can make and 2 more stoppages to do them. I am loving life in this league with the fact that we can make more substitutions. The first one I'm going to make is Reece Monroe. We'll give him a few minutes. And I'm going to rest Jaden Sweeney as well. He's had a good start, but let's not push him too much. We'll bring on Cameron Ismail. And then I'm having a look at Joe Cotterill as the player I want to bring on. We'll get him on the pitch at some point, but we'll bring those 2 on. And we've got that one final substitution that we can make towards the end of the game. Right, Sweeney intersects, gets to Yafeko. Yafeko into Robson. Completely playing out of position today, Robson, but he's doing an okay job. Right, ball into Richards. Richards now, lovely little touch from there. And that is a really good goal to start off his account in the Football League. And it is 4-0. There is no coming back for Hartlepool at the moment. Football League life is just as sweet as National League life if your name is Spennymoor Town. Lovely pass there from Amari Benjamin, who I believe is the captain as well. I can't remember my captain. I have set it, but again, it's been a few days since I've played any of this game, and I think the last time I played it, I was in the middle of feeling really rough. So, yeah, take it for what it is. Right, we'll confirm tactical changes. Very happy with those. That was all before the substitutions, by the way, which is always a concern sometimes because you wonder whether actually you should make those changes that you've just made because you don't want to disturb the flow of the team. I've done it anyway, but, you know, just food for thought. Right, Monroe. Debut for us into Yafeko. Completely new centre-back partnership here. Ball into Ravenhill, who's had an average game. Abdullah's had a good one, though, which is good. We did covet him quite a lot when he came in on trial. Richards now looking for another goal and manages to force a save out of Barnes. And it is going to be another corner for us. Right, it's going to be taken by Ferguson. Going to be a short one here from the looks of things unless that play moves out of the way. It is indeed. Richards looking for a cross in, actually. Looking for someone. Doesn't get it to anyone, actually. But does win us another corner. So that works. I think Hartlepool will probably feel a little bit hard done by that. They've not defended that very well there. So I'm not going to complain about it though. Right, normal corner here for Ferguson. Whipping it in. Can't find anyone, unfortunately. Banks now gets to Ferguson though. Whips it in. Looking for the header. Robson. Can't find him. It's going to fall to Hartlepool, but the highlight does end. Right. Final substitution. Ferguson is looking tired. I'd love to take him off, but I can't because I got there more wingers. Because that thing happens. So what we'll probably do instead is we'll look at Cotterill. We'll bring him on for Liam Ravenhill, which, I mean, Liam Ravenhill's a bit of a confusing one. He's a decent player, but yeah, he's worrying me a little bit at the moment. Now, the one problem with Cotterill is he is a more attack-minded midfielder, so I might have to swap these 2 rounds, which is not the end of the world. Abdullah is just more creative, and it does restrict him to be in that position. The only other thing I could do is when I move him here, have him be a D-line playmaker. It doesn't mean we have 2 playmakers on the pitch, but I'm not completely against that. So let's just do it and see if it works. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, but that'll be our final change for the game. And let's just see it out, shall we? I mean, 3 goals from Amari Benjamin has done the job already. Getting that 4th has just been kind of the sweetener just to make it even better. A 4-0 win on the opening day will be fantastic. The biggest thing, and I am going to jinx it now, that I would love to get out of this game. Oh, Benjamin losing his shooting boots. He doesn't need them anymore. It's fine. Biggest thing I'd love to get out of this game is a clean sheet. In the last few minutes, I'd like us not to lose concentration. We have been very guilty of that in the past. I'd quite like us not to do that if that's okay. But we are in added time now. Almost at the end of it. In fact, 5 minutes of added time is done. That is our first win of the season. We might only have 3 stands, but we've got 4 goals, and that's all that matters. 4-0 to Spennymoor Town. Get in there, boys. Get in there. That is ridiculous. I'm sorry. That is just hilarious at the back there. I love that for all of the wrong reasons. Great start. Really, really good. Mendes only out for a couple of days as well, which is even better. Benjamin, obviously, getting an assist as well. Getting all of the flowers. Jobs are good, and I'll take that. Right. Next game that we've got. MK Dons Carabao Cup first round. By the way, I did just want to point out, in terms of teams that we've actually played in pre-season, yes, we played teams that are going to be at a lower level than us, but we played against Salford, who have just got relegated. They're going to be of a similar level to us. We played against Barrow, who are a National League team. similar-ish level to us, maybe a bit lower down for Chorley as well. We did try and place some teams who might pose somewhat of a challenge if we come up against them at some point. Teams in the National League North, National League South. We did try and do that just to give ourselves a bit of a challenge. I mean, that's Scotland League 2. I don't quite know what level that would translate to, but we did try and do that. I just mainly wanted to point out how our pre-season was a pretty good one, to be fair. Right, Carabao Cup, first round, MK Dons, home game again. See if we can get another win. Okay, we are back for the game against MK Dons in the Carabao Cup, and this is the 11 that we are looking to hopefully get us through to the second round. That'd be lovely. It is McNicholas in goal, Banks, Ward, Yafeko and Sweeney in defence, same back five as the last game. Then got Abdullah and Ravenhill in the midfield. Again, exactly the same as what we worked with before. We've then got a bit of a change in the attacking midfield three. Richards is on the right, Ferguson in the middle, Doherty on the left, and Doherty's not going to be subbed off by accident this time. And then we've of course got Benjamin up front. MK Dons, I haven't double checked much about them, to be fair. I know they're in our league. Where are they predicted to finish? I'm imagining they're going to be predicted to finish relatively well. After their opening game, they won as well. No, they didn't actually. They drew. Sorry, misreading that. So they drew their opening game. They are predicted to finish 7th. So they are predicted to be a much better team than we are. So we do need to bear that in mind. So let's keep that in mind. By the way, Amari Benjamin, as you can see, has ended up added onto this list after the opening game. How could he not after that performance, to be fair? So there is that. So anyway, enough distraction. This is a team who we should be struggling against, is probably the fairest way to say. I don't know whether we'd be expected to lose against them necessarily, but we should be expected to struggle against them. But again, I'll go back to the Lincoln game. I go back to when we played Chelsea, not last season, but in the first season when we were in the National League North. We know that on our day we can get a good result against a team who are in theory better than us. The fact that we're at home as well definitely helps. Let's just see if we can do it. Fingers crossed we can. Right, we're actually in front of a stand as well, which is helpful. Right, Doherty almost gets his first goal for the club there, but he ends up coming off the post and going out for a goal kick. Sad times indeed. But it's a good start for us. We have shown that we are in for it, but so are MK Dons as well. Obviously their match momentum just going up there. However, corner in, Doherty's there, tries the header again, denied by the woodwork. Kind of headed all about the place, but it ends up going to the goalkeeper for the Dons, and it remains 0-0 after 16 minutes. We are piling on the pressure with these chances though, which is good. Right, Doherty goes back to Sweeney. Really good start last time, hopefully more the same from him. Yafeko now into Ravenhill. Ravenhill we need to see a bit more of this season. Didn't really do the job last season as far as I'm concerned. That had been a great goal from Banks, but it wasn't. Therefore I'm a bit upset that he decided to shoot there. I'd have rather him just kept possession, but tis what tis. Right, more of the same, boys. Let's keep piling the pressure on them and let's get through to the next rounds, because not quite the same as the FA Cup, but this will bring a little bit of money into the club. I'm not going to say no to bringing a bit of money into the club. I'm not going to say no to that whatsoever. They are over on possession and passes completed, so I am going to just encourage the boys a little bit. We could be doing a little bit better. We could be a bit more consistent with our chances as well. Would be nice to see us do that, but you know what? It's one of those. Again, we're playing a team who in theory are better than us. We'll have to just accept whatever the result will be. However, if Amari Benjamin's going to do that, maybe we don't need to worry about it, because we're just going to score anyway. And it is 1-0 in the 38th minute. Takes us a bit longer than it did against Hartlepool. I don't mind that. I don't mind when we score, as long as we do in fact score. And score we do, and 1-0 it is. Crossing, was it, I don't pay attention, was it Ferguson or Banks? It was Banks again. Banks, what a weapon he is from fullback. Absolute weapon of an assist maker. He's not even like he's passing. His passing is 12. His vision is 9. His crossing is 10. He shouldn't be this good at assists, and yet there he is. Like, he is incredible. Half time, 1-0. We'll take that, but let's see if we can do a little bit more. Let's see if we can make it more than that. We'll just tell those two they need to step things up. Ravenhill's not been bad, but I'm going to say the same thing to him as well. And we'll just have a quick word with Yafeko as well. Did a good job in the last game, Yafeko. Not quite looking as sharp in this one, but it's fine. They are tougher opposition. But let's see whether we can make that tougher opposition fear us rather than us fear them. Right, it's whipped in here. It is actually a chance for MK Dons, which is a bit concerning. Tomlinson now looking to get it in. Gets it to Pritchard. Into Gilby, and there it is. Alex Gilby makes it 1-1. His first of the season, and all of a sudden we are pegged back. Hopefully we can get back on top quickly in this half. That is the plan. Simpson heads it out to Tomlinson out wide. Bit of a conventional header, but it works anyway. Gets it into Tomlinson, into Pritchard, just lofts it over. It's disappointing from you. Banks, it's Banks. Hero of the first goal. Yeah, he's going to let us down a little bit there, which is a bit of a concern. Apologies, just have to quickly pause there. Right, goal kick. Banks into Richards. Richards now gets it inside to Abdullah. Abdullah looking for options. Goes back to Banks. Down back to Ward. Ravenhill is free. Ball goes to Ravenhill. Ravenhill goes back to Yefeko. We need to be going forward here, guys. Not going back. Right, Sweeney now. Hopefully he's going to be a bit more attack-minded. Into Ravenhill. Now go backwards again. Back to Sweeney. But Sweeney now running forward. Looking for options. Gets it down the line to Doherty. Doherty into Ferguson. This is better. Ferguson now gets it across into Richards. Goes for an absolute worldie. And it's over because, you know, League Two. Why would you go for that? Also, why is this, by the way, unfriendly? We don't need it unfriendly. Right. Can demand more from the boys. We are at home. Let's start making them feel it a little bit more with the chances, because we're having the chances. They're just not going very well. Right. Doherty's actually not played that well today, so we are going to bring Mendes on. We've actually made the correct substitution this time, which is always a positive. Ferguson's not had a great game either, so we'll give Max Robson a chance in his actual position this time. Again, a bonus. And Yefeko's not done that well either, so we'll bring him off for Reece Munro. We'll swap him and Ben Ward around, and we'll go with that. And we'll leave that as our first 3 changes, and then we've still got a couple more in our back pocket should we need them. Right, I'm going to fire the boys up. Try and get this done in 90 minutes. We don't want to have to go to a penalty shootout if we can avoid it. We don't really want that lottery to be the way that we get through. It just puts unnecessary pressure on us, so we don't need to be doing that. Right, Cottrell is going to be coming on. I would take Ben Ward off, but I don't have confidence in Harrison Burke as our other centre-back at the moment, so I'm just looking at other potential changes. Fitness levels is the biggest thing I'm looking at. We need another winger, ideally, or at least another striker. I could do left back, but in fact, you know what? I'm going to do left back. Bring Ismail on again, just give him a few more minutes along with Munro. We'll get those two on the pitch, and we'll just see if they can help. A bit more energy in the defence, but also with Ismail, it will help us with the attacks as well, potentially. Not that necessarily there were any issues at left back with Sweeney, but just to give something, maybe some different ideas or something like that. A little bit worried MK Dons are having more chances now. We're seeing a lot more of them than we were in the first half. Bit of a worry, but hopefully we can nick the ball off the goal at the other end and score. Ghibli, who did score their equaliser, he's just been left to run there. But McNicholas, fortunately, is equal to the shot, and it will be a goal kick in the 86th minute. Goal kick, corner kick. Have I mentioned I'm not well? Corner kick in the 86th minute. Kelly is going to take it for the Dons. Looking to whip it in, but I don't know. He might whip it in. He might just kick it. I don't know. He does whip it in. Looking for someone. It is headed sort of out. Ravenhill doesn't do the best, most convincing job there. It is still with the Dons. Simpson just dwelling on the ball there. It's so much so that the highlight in fact does. And he's going to demand more from the boys for the final few minutes. We'll go attacking as well for the 6 minutes of added time. Let's just see if we can force a goal and get out of needing penalties. But I've got a feeling penalties is how it's going to go. And it is, which is a bit disappointing. It's taken us to get to penalties. But we can only work with what we can work with. Right. Cottrell is going to have to take one. He's going to go first because he's got the best rating. Mendes is next. I'm going to have to completely do this list again. Because I think I've forgotten to do it this season. We haven't got many good penalty takers. So let's go by finishing now. So we've already got those guys on. Ravenhill will be next. Monroe will be next. Move you. Carlos Richards will be next after Monroe. Ben Ward will be next. Then it'll be Banks. Then it'll be McNicholas. Found out it'll be Ismail and then McNicholas, because that'd be ridiculous. Right. It's a lottery. It is an absolute lottery. So we'll just try and ease the pressure on the boys. I mean, it's less games to play, is the way I'm kind of also looking at it. If we end up going out here, it's less games to play. It's annoying because it's a chance for us to beat a team above us as well. But equally, I wasn't really expecting this to go to penalties, which is pretty irresponsible of me, to be fair. It always can go to penalties. Yeah, it is what it is. But we are 1-1 after 2 penalties. MK Dons are taking the first penalty, so the pressure is on us, really. So we're hoping that McNicholas can get us a bit of an advantage by forcing a save out of someone or making them miss. That would be ideal. Very unlucky not to get anything there. He gambled to go down the middle. They weren't far off of it. Right, it's 2-1 to MK Dons, but we have got our penalty in hand with Joe Mendes stepping up to take his now. And Joe Mendes puts it in the back of the net. Keeper went the right way, but we still managed to get the penalty in, and it is 2-2 after equal penalties taken. Playing, by the way, with the penalty shootout in front of no fans whatsoever. It's probably the fairest it could possibly be. By the way, McNicholas has just saved a penalty. Hello, we're in. Right, Robson, substitution. Playing in his correct position today, has gone and just shot it straight at the goalkeeper. He gambled that it was going to be going down the middle, and the gamble paid off. We are level after 3 penalties apiece. It's 2 for each of us, 1 miss for each of us. When Nicholas does not save that one, it is now 3-2 to MK Dons, but we have a penalty in hand. It's Amari Benjamin, our goal scorer, stepping up. He's going to go for it, our captain as well, and he manages to put it in the bottom left corner, and he makes it 3 apiece after 4 penalties taken per team. Right, MK Dons with their final of the 5 before we go through to sudden death. Calm as you like. Pressure on us. I can't remember who our 5th penalty taker is. It's Ravenhill. It's Ravenhill. Oh my god. Okay. The player who should be better than he is, but hasn't really convinced me in midfield at all, other than the occasional game here. Well, there, steps up. Let's hope he can convince me here. That'd be lovely. He does. There we go. I was waiting to get that absolutely go horrifically wrong, but it did not. It is 4-4 after 5 penalties taken. We are now in sudden death. Ghibli, their goal scorer, stepping up. Calm as you like. What a penalty that is by him, by the way. What an absolute penalty. Right. Well, there's floating trees in the background, so I kind of want to get this penalty shootout over and done with as quickly as possible, because that does worry me a little bit. Substitute centre-back Reece Monroe coming forward to take his penalty. Oh, God. Right, come on, Reece. Don't stuff it up. Come on. You can do it, mate. Oh, yeah, there we go. There you go. See? Positive reinforcement. That's what you want to do with your players. Right, Nicholas comes back into goal. Can he get another save? This time from Simpson. Can he do it? No, is the answer. Well, at least we know the answer. No, he cannot. Does make me rather sad, though. And then we get another sudden death penalty that we have to take. And it is going to be Richards, who, again, had a great season last season. Looks to have started off this season in the last game pretty decently, from what I can remember. I think he did anyway. I can't remember now. I feel like he had a good game, but he's gone and scored a penalty there, and it's still level 6-6, 1 miss for each of us. And McNicholas goes back in goal, and MK Dons send another player forward, straight down the middle roof of the net. They've been working on their penalties. We are riding on luck. It is 6-7 to MK Dons with us having a penalty in hand. Speaking of which, it's Ward who's coming up. One of our other centre-backs is stepping up, the left-sided one for the end of the game. Can Ward stick this in the back of the net and keep it going? Ward to take here. Calm as you like. What a penalty that is. And we go again. And it is 7-7 after 8 penalties apiece taken. Can McNicholas not save it? No. I keep going to call him McNichols. He's not McNichols. He's McNicholas. I'm missing an entire part of his name. Either way, it's 8-7 to MK Dons. And as each penalty goes in, the less likely it is that we're going to get through this penalty shootout, because the pressure goes on us each time. Now it's Banks, our right back, who really bailed us out of so much trouble with his assists last season, and also did it in the last game as well, and in this one. And look at that, it's 8-8. He goes and buries it, and it's after 9 penalties apiece, it's 8-8, 1 miss per side, and it's still only 1 miss per side. It is 9-8. What is happening in this penalty shootout? I thought it'd be over by now. I thought it'd be over after the first 5. But it's not. And it's Ismail, who is our second... Is he our last outfield player to take? He is, isn't he? Yeah, because it's 9-8. This will be 9-9. But we've taken 10 penalties. Our last outfield player is our substitute left back. We're down to the goalkeepers. We are down to the goalkeepers before we go again. It's 9-9 after 10 apiece. McNicholas is in goal. Straight down the middle. And it's McNicholas. It's down to our goalkeeper as to whether we go through to the second round. It's the first round of the Carabao Cup. I did not expect this much drama. Right, McNicholas to take. Come on, boy. You can do it, mate. Of course, it had to be, didn't it? It had to be. It had to be our goalkeeper on the final penalty. But their goalkeeper goes and scores it no problem. Of course. Football Manager, I see you. I see you. I know how you work. I'm familiar with your role in life, and thank you for that. That was I don't know how much time that was, but however much it was a waste of our time. So thank you for that. It is what it is. They're a better team than us in this league anyway, so the fact that we got them to penalties is a good thing. On the day, obviously, we get a point from them. I would normally be okay with that. So it is what it is. Spennymoor paid the penalty. You're hilarious. Luke Devlin, or whoever wrote it at skysports.com. It wasn't Luke. Sorry, Luke. It wasn't you. Whoever wrote it at skysports.com. You're hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Wow. It is what it is. It is what it is. It's not the end of the world. It's the Carabao Cup. We don't care about that one. The FA Cup's where the money's at. So, again, it gives us less games to have to worry about going forward in the season. Speaking of which, right. So, when do we come back? I mean, at the moment, as things stand, currently second after one game played. That's obviously no indication of how the season's going to go, but we've done quite well. 4-0 for us along with Harrogate. So at the moment it's us and Harrogate, which is good to see. In terms of when we want to come back, we obviously are going to miss out the rest of August. Probably miss out the rest of September. So we'll come back around this area. I mean, actually, if we push it a little bit further forward, we could come back for Harrogate. So maybe we do Grimsby and Harrogate as a pair of games. And we see how we get on in those two. Harrogate are predicted to finish quite low down, actually. They're predicted to finish in 20th. Grimsby are predicted to finish in 19th. So although Harrogate have had a good start, actually they might not be as good as we're assuming that they are. So let's do that. Let's see how we get on in both of those games. And let's see whether we can keep this up, because this is a very good start. Admittedly only after one league game. My target for this season is mid-table. If we can be pushing the playoffs, even better. Get into the playoffs or the promotion places, wunderbar. But I will much happily take anywhere in this region here. I would take anywhere here because realistically, again, we've just been promoted, but really, I want somewhere in this region, and fingers crossed we can do that, and we can build from there. Thank you for joining me in today's video. If you have enjoyed, do not forget to leave a big like on there for me, and don't forget to subscribe as well. It's completely free to do so, and you'll make me a very happy chap. I've got to ask for a like at the beginning of the video. Such is life. I've been Stu, you guys have been awesome, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.